Welcome to another class of IT 402 subject, and we continue with our Unit 2 Electronic Spreadsheet Advanced. In today's class, we are going to start with session number 3 of Unit 2, that is sharing and reviewing of our worksheet. Now in our previous two sessions, that in session number 1 we had learned about analyzing the data, that means using subtotals, consolidation of data. We had learned how to create multiple scenarios using multiple operations, how to do a goal seek on data, and how to use the solver. In our second session, we had learned more about hyperlinks, about linking data within the worksheets and linking the data within multiple workbooks. So this is what we had covered in our session number 1 and session number 2. Now in today's session, that is session number 3, we are going to learn more about sharing of workbooks with different people and how to review the workbooks once we have shared it. So in today's session, mainly we are going to learn about setting up of the worksheet for sharing, opening and saving a shared workbook or a worksheet, reviewing or recording the changes which have been made by multiple people, editing and formatting comments, and also reviewing the changes, viewing, accepting and rejecting the changes. So this is what is the content of session number 3. So let us go into the session now. Now first is we should understand why do we need to share our worksheets. Sometimes it becomes necessary for multiple people to work on the same file at the same time. This can either be for speeding up the data entry or simply for making changes and making things easier for collaboration purposes. So what happens is that suppose there is a file which in an organization it can happen that many people, there must be one single file which contains multiple sheets, and that same workbook may be needed by different people to work on. So it could be one single file which multiple people need to work. So sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, or maybe the same sheets additions into the same sheet may be done by different people, or some changes can be done to the different sheets by different people. So which means that we need to share the worksheet. So what happens when I try to open an already, suppose I am on a network and there is one particular file called ABC. Now if some another person tries to open that same file, what happens? It will show you the message. It is that the file can be opened only as a read only mode. That means the other person cannot make any changes to it. So in such a situation, what happens? The other person cannot work on it and save the data onto the file. So in such a situation we can share our worksheet or workbooks with other people so that even they can work on the same file at the same time. This is called as sharing of a workbook. Now Calc spreadsheet software allows multiple users to share the workbook and place it in a network solution where several users can access it simultaneously. So one only file can be accessed by multiple people, and multiple people can work on it and use the same file at the same time. This is called as sharing of a worksheet. Now here there is this particular untitled OpenOffice Calc sheet file which I need to share it with other users. So how do I share a worksheet or a workbook? We can go to the tools option, and under the tools option I will click on the share document option. Now here it gives me a message, share this spreadsheet with other users. So as of now the current user, my name is here and I have accessed it at this particular time, so this all the time and everything is here. Now if I click on this option, so it will tell you that changes or formatting like font, color, number format will not be saved, and some functionalities like editing charts, drawing objects, etc. will not be available in the shared mode. So but when you click on this and you say OK, and now when you save this file, suppose if I save this file on a desktop and I give it any particular name, let's take new and say OK, then now you see the file name gets changed to new.ods, and in bracket you get to see the message called shared, which means that as of now it is a shared document and multiple people on the network can work on it. So sheet number 1, sheet number 2, wherever they want to work on this particular Excel work, this particular sheet workbook is now available for others also to work with. But the only issue here is that you will see that certain functions are disabled. For example, compare documents, or even here in the format also there are many of the tools. There are many places where uh, the features, the formatting features, certain other commands are disabled when you share a document. So what are the uh, commands which are disabled? I'll be teaching you in some time, but overall you can understand how to share a document. Now if you want to remove the sharing, you have to just once again click on the share document and then unclick this and click on OK. Then the share document, the sharing is stopped, and the other people will not be able to make any changes to your document. That means the sharing has stopped. Now unfortunately, sharing of worksheet, I cannot show it to you practically, because as of now I am the only person. But if it was in the practical lab, we could have asked many people, to one or two people, to form groups and share the same document with each other. But now I'm not able, I will not be able to show you multiple worksheets opening on different machines, because of I'm alone here, I cannot share it with anybody else. But I hope you have understood the concept of sharing a this particular calc worksheet, how to share it using the tools menu. Now that you know how to share a worksheet with others, so when you open a shared worksheet or a spreadsheet that has been shared mode, then you will see a message that certain features of the worksheet is disabled, or it will not be available to you in the shared mode. So you can choose to disable this message for further, and you can click on OK message. Now what are the certain features or certain commands which are deactivated when you are in a shared mode? So when you share a document with somebody else, there are certain features or certain commands which are disabled by default. So the following are the disabled features. First is in the edit mode. In the edit menu, you cannot, the changes except for the merge document, all the others are disabled. Compare document is disabled. Moving and copying and deleting sheets is disabled. Then in the insert menu, inserting new sheets, inserting names, inserting pictures, inserting movies and sounds, inserting objects, frames, all this gets disabled automatically. Then in the formatting menu, again there are many things like formatting of tab colors, merging cells, merging and centering, protecting of documents, all this. And in the data menu, you have got data range, data sorting, subtotaling, consolidation, all that we had learnt in the previous this. All those features automatically get disabled when the shared mode is enabled. So sharing has its advantages, but at the same time it also has these disadvantages, that these particular options of edit, insert, format and data automatically get disabled when you are in a shared mode. So basically a person can only work on the basic commands which are available in the worksheet when they are in the shared mode. Now how to save? Once many people have opened the same worksheet, then saving of the document or saving of a worksheet becomes very important. So when you save a shared worksheet, one of the several situations can occur. That means I have also opened the same worksheet, my friend has also opened it, another third friend has also opened the same sheet, because I have already shared my document with others. But what happens when a time comes when all of us need to share or save the document? Then what happens if the worksheets are not modified, then and saved by another user? Since it has been opened, then the worksheet gets saved. For example, that I have made the changes, but the other two of them have only opened it and seen it. They have not made any changes to it. They have simply used it for getting some data. They have not made any changes, or they have not modified it at all. Then what happens? Automatically when I save the worksheet, it gets saved without any issues. Now what if the worksheet has been modified? Suppose one of them has been modified it, okay? Then if the changes do not conflict with your save, then the dialog box will appear that your worksheet has been updated and changed by the others. Do you want to save it? And whatever changes have been done, it will be with the red border. So what happens? Suppose I have opened a file and the other person has opened a file. Now the the other person has also made some changes to that file, okay? So it is, but there is no conflict. Means whatever data I have saved is different and whatever data he has saved is different. So there is no conflict between our two datas. He has saved in a different worksheet. I have saved in a different sheet number 1. He has worked in sheet number 2. So there is no conflict in our data. So that is why it will just tell you that this particular spreadsheet has been updated by another user. Do you want to save it? Yes or no? So you click on yes, and the automatically his change also is saved and my change also is saved. So this is the second scenario. The first scenario was that only I have made the change, the others have only simply opened it to see it, and there is no change, so there is no problem at all. The third scenario comes that if there is a clash or a conflict between both of us, then what happens? If the change conflicts, then the resolve change conflict dialog box will open. For example, I am in sheet number 1 and he has also worked in sheet number 1. I have also worked in the same cell and he has also worked in the same cell. So what happens? There is a conflict between us. Like the same data I have also changed and he has also changed. So there is a conflict between the two. So now you must decide whose version you want to keep, whether it is your version or the other person's version. When all the conflicts are resolved, only then the worksheet is saved. So while you are resolving the conflict, no other person will be able to save the record. So this is called as conflicting of information. That is, conflict has to be first. So when a conflicting data happens, then there is a conflict resolve dialog box in which both the things, both the data that you have saved and he has saved will all be there, and one of them has to be accepted. So it will be keep all of mine, keep all of the others, keep mine, or keep the others. That means individually you have to click on selecting and say this, in this case you keep mine, in this case you keep the other person, in the third one you keep mine, or all of mine has to be kept, or all of the other persons have to be kept. So this way the conflict has to be first resolved. Once the conflicts, all the conflicting data has been resolved, only then you can save the data. So this is called as when shared data needs to be saved. So these are the different occasions how you can resolve the conflicts and save it. Now the next one is important one is, now that we have learned, understood how to share data and how to resolve conflicts and save the worksheets, the next important thing is recording changes. Now Calc has a feature to track what data was changed, when the change was made, and who has made the change, and in which cell the change has been made. So when we are sharing different workbooks and this thing, so there is an option which is available which is called as record the changes. So a colored border with a dot in the upper left hand corner appears around the cell where changes have been made. So other reviewers can quickly note that this particular cell has been edited. A delete column or a row is marked with a heavy red color bar. So when many people are using the same file, then there is an option which is available in Calc which is called as record the changes. So what happens is that if anybody has tampered with has been using, multiple people have been using your worksheet, then you can record the changes which the other person has done. This helps you to understand exactly in which cells the changes are made. So the cell in which the changes is made gets highlighted with a red color. If any of the rows have been deleted, then a dark red colored border comes on that particular, so the person knows that one particular row has got deleted. So if I am giving my worksheet to others to work on, then I can automatically switch on my record changes mode, which helps me to track the changes that have been done to my worksheet. This is for a very important and a very good feature which is available with the Calc. So let us now understand how this record changes option, or how this particular record change option will work on our worksheet. Let us understand recording changes and reviewing changes with the help of this example. Now this example is similar to the one which has been given to you in your PDF. Slight differences, slight changes I have made to it. Now you and your coach have gone together to buy some items for a cricket match. But suppose and the coach has made a rough bill of all the items that were purchased and the cost of each of the items. So now the coach also does not remember, and you also don't remember exactly what were the bills and everything. So the coach asks you to look at this particular sheet and asks you also to make changes to the worksheet depending upon what expenses you have done, etc.
So now what happens is that, but the coach also tells you that he wants to review the changes that you have made before finalizing the actual bill. So he wants to know what are the changes that you have made to this particular sheet later on. He may not be able to see it in a day or two, so he will want to see it later on. In such a case, suppose if I go and change over here, it was not 30 uniforms, you people had bought only 25 uniforms, or the price of the balls, what is given over here is wrong, or the water bottles were only 10 water bottles. So some changes you feel that has to be made. But you also want to the coach to know what are the changes that you have made in this particular sheet. In such a case, there is an option which is available which is called as record changes. Now how do we record the changes that we have to do? So click on the edit menu, click on changes and click on the record button. Now whatever changes I make to this particular sheet will be recorded, in the sense that a red colored border will come across the changes that I have made. Let me show you. For example, instead of the uniform of 30 uniforms, it was only 25 uniforms. So you click here, a red color border comes. Similarly, water bottle numbers were only 10 and the price of the helmet was only 350 and not 550. So you have made 3 changes to a particular this particular worksheet. So now what happens is, when the coach comes and see, and you can save this particular spreadsheet. So I have saved it by the name new.obs. Now if you want, when I click on this, I can see the comments which are there. So if I will hover around this cell, it will say the exact date that Smita Raj has on 27/10 at so and so time has made a change from 30 to 25. Similarly over here, so as I keep on hovering, a comment line will be seen. So the coach will be actually able to understand what the changes have been made from what to what. Suppose you want to add some more comments to it. So over here, click on this, click on edit, changes and click on comments. Now here you can write only 25 uniforms purchased and click on. Now it will take you to the next one. From here only you can go if you want to say the water bottles, also some comment you want to give about the water bottle number reduced. Like this I can give comments of my own along with the default comments. So now when I click over here, again on the cell, the extra comment that I have added, only 25 uniforms purchased, will also be visible to me along with the comment of which is already default given. So in this way you can add comments, already existing comments. You can make some changes to that. If you want to make some more changes, you can click again, go to the changes and then again click on the comments, and again you can add something or reduce something. You want only 25 units, I don't want purchased, so you can remove this and say okay. So this way I can make changes to the comments which I have already given. Now by default also, if you want, suppose you want to add some comment over here on your own without anything, you can click over here and right click and you can insert a comment over here. So here you can write a comment over here, full uniform set, something like that. So a comment, I can add any comment to a particular cell. So if I click on this, I will be able to see the comments which I have given. So inserting comments into your, these are the comments which you can do even from here. Click on insert comment. From here also I can add comments to my anything. I can add any comments to my cells. This is called as adding comment. But these comments are the comments which are automatically inserted when you make changes to your cells in the recording option. Okay, so there is a difference between these commands and this command. This is commands which I have just added just for my information, but these are the commands which get automatically added when I make any change to the particular cells. Now here, when I click on changes, it will also give me an option to accept or reject the changes. Now once after a few days, when my coach comes and has a look at it, although he knows that these are the comments, but he does not want to accept it. He can accept it or reject the changes that have been made. So how do we do that? So again, go back to the changes, accept or reject. Now here below in this window, you will get to see the 3 changes that have been made: uniform, along with the comments what exactly has happened from 30 to 25, and this number was reduced. This is the second one, and this is the third one, that is 350. Now suppose I want the coach wants, he can accept all the changes. Yes, these were the right ones. Reject all the changes and it will go back to its original form, or individually he can accept or reject the changes that you have made. So the first one, suppose I have the first one, that is from 30 to 25, accepted. So I accept it. The second one, 10 bottles. No, it was not 10 bottles. It was the original one was 15 bottles only. So he is rejecting this. And this one also, let us take accept. So how many? Now all the changes have been accepted or rejected. Now if you click on this, you will realize the accepted and the rejected ones, there were 3 and one of them was rejected. That 15 one was rejected. So in this way, I can get to see a list of the accepted and rejected. I can accept and reject a particular change that has been done. Now all this is possible only because you have recorded the change. Now if I suppose I will remove this recording, so it will say that recording mode is going to be exited out, so you will say yes. Now suppose if I go here and make some change, say 30 caps, I am making it 25, it is not getting recorded at all. See, there is no comment also along with it. It means that it is not getting recorded. So this way you can see the changes only and only if you record the change that you are making to a sheet. So click on changes, record. Now again if I make some change over here, automatically say 100, I am making it as 100 balls. From this, the change gets recorded here. Now here, if you want to see later on in a later date, if you want to see the changes that have been done in your particular worksheet, you can click on show the changes. Now what changes you can see? Date wise you can see, say earlier than, before, since, equal to, not equal to, between, so this date and this date, between this time, what are the changes that have been made, that you can check from here. If there are multiple people who are making changes, then you can even select it by the author or the person. In a network, if suppose you have shared this particular file and there are 3 or 4 of the players who are making the change to this, then according to the author you can see. Now in this case there's only one because I am the only one who's there, but otherwise in a record, when you have shared this particular worksheet using sharing option, if there are multiple people who have made changes, then that also by author wise also you can see it, a range you can see, or even you can show the accepted or the rejected changes. Now let us say here I am showing the rejected changes. So only one, you remember this one was the rejected one, the price we had rejected it, so this the rejected change gets shown to you. So this way all the changes that I want to see in my worksheet, the recordings, I can see the changes using the record button, and I can review these changes, accept it or reject the necessary change which I want to keep, and those the ones which I want to reject, I can reject the change. So this option of reviewing, viewing and recording changes is what is explained in this particular assignment.
So as already explained to you, Calc gives you tremendous control on the changes that have been this thing when you are reviewing a document, and when you click on edit, change, show, it will tell you all the changes which have been made after a particular date, on by a particular author, by in a range, by comments that have been given, or the ones which you have accepted, once you have rejected. All those changes you can show it on your worksheet, and then you can review the changes. So this is called as editing and showing the changes according to your the changes which have been made according to the different criteria which have been mentioned over here. So this is called as the next one is called as merging of worksheets. Sometimes multiple users return different versions of the same worksheet at the same time. So in this case it becomes quicker to review all the changes rather than going one at a time. So you can merge different worksheets. Now same worksheet has been made Like for example, there is a worksheet which has got teachers have to write down all the names of the 9th standard students. Okay, so and it is in the same worksheet which all the divisions have to be done. So A division, B division. So the same workbook has been shared with multiple teachers. In the same sheet, I need all the 250 students who are there in 9th standard. So what I can do, I can share that particular workbook with all the 9th standard class teachers. Now suppose A division teacher will write her name, B division teachers will write only the names of the B division students, C division, D division, like this. Now finally what happens, that means the same worksheet has been reviewed by different people. Now you want to merge all of them together into one only file, and all the data that is being merged together, you can do that very easily with the help of merging the changes. Whatever changes have been made by all the multiple people, they all can be merged together into the original document. That is what is called as merging. So you can accept changes, you can reject changes exactly the same way what we have done with the others. So changes can, like as usual, can be, once you have reviewed, you can accept it or reject it also. So how we are going to merge documents, with a very simple example I will teach you practically.
Let me open a already existing spreadsheet, open with OpenCalc. That is, the file name is newdoc.ods. It has got roll numbers and 3 names of students. Now I am going to make a new file called, I am going to save the same thing but with a new name called newdoc1.ods. Okay, so I have got a new spreadsheet here called newdoc1, and in this newdoc1 I am going to add a few more names into this particular sheet. 6. I'm adding few more names in this file. Okay, now I have got, and I'm saving it. But before that I need to record the changes. Yes, I'm clicking on record changes. Okay, oh, I should have started this before the recording. I'm just deleting it once again. Yeah, I'm going to start recording the changes here, and then I'm going to enter new names. I forgot to start recording the changes, so I've done that again, and then I'm recording the changes now. Okay, DDE and FFF. Now here I have got, and I'm saving the file, right? So now I have got two files. One is the newdoc.ods, and another one called newdoc1.ods, which contains some additional fields. So now I will open my newdoc, which has got only 3 names, and I want to merge it with the newdoc1, which contains the additional names. So which means that suppose I have got two files, one which has got a limited amount of data and another one which has got some additional data, and I want to merge the two of them. So once again over here I have to click on record changes. So this is already done. Now I will go on, I'll come to the original document, that is newdoc, and I click on changes and go to merge document. Now what do I want to merge it with? I want to merge it with newdoc1, which contains those additional names of the students. So I click on newdoc1 and open. Now it will show me all the new additions to this file. See, the original one I'm still in newdoc1, but my newdoc file, these are the additions which I have done to my newdoc file, and I made it a new one. So here are these additions, so it will show me all the new different additions. If I click on accept all, then what will happen is all the changes, that is the two documents, that means newdoc1 and newdoc, both of them are getting merged together. So I click on accept all, and now when I see this newdoc, that also contains all the names, and my newdoc1, which is already having the names, that is also there. So I have actually, what have I done? I have merged the two documents. That means as of now I have merged the two documents. So now see, newdoc also contains the names which were there in newdoc1. So in this way I can merge documents, and for merging the documents, what I should do, I have to open the both of them. The record changes option should be enabled, and I have to go to edit. I have to go to the original one. I'll go to edit, click on changes and click on merge document and merge the data with the new document which contains additional data, so that both of them, so that original data will contain the new information. So this is what is called as merging of the two documents together.
Now, sometimes what happens when you share a particular worksheet with others, you know that record change option is automatically enabled, so it helps you to record the changes which have been made by the other person. But what if the record changes is not made? Suppose a reviewer forgets to change the to click on the record changes option. Then what happens? Then also there is no problem, because Calc provides a way of comparing two documents. That means comparing the and suppose a person has made a new change and he has saved that as a new document. So there are two documents. One is the original document and one is a document in which changes have been made by another user. And then what happens? You want to compare the two documents, the original with the new one. But record changes were not done. So then also there is no problem. So in order to compare the worksheets, you need the original document and the one which has been edited, and you can keep the two together and automatically Calc compares the two documents and finds out where the changes have been made. So this is a good feature where two documents which are of the same type, in which some additions, some deletions have been made, you can compare the documents even if the changes have not got recorded. So let us understand how to compare documents.
Let us understand comparing documents. I will open Office and I will create a new spreadsheet, and here I am going to type some numbers. Let's take 100, 200 and 300. Okay, now this is my original document. So here, let me increase the font size for you to see. Now here I have got, so I am going to name this file as, let's take 1, O-N-E 1. So this is my first file, 1. Okay. Now I have named this file as 1.ods. This is my original file. Now here I forget to make changes and I make a new file with the same data. Okay, and I give the name as 2. So this is the same thing but another copy, and somebody else has been asked to review it, but I forget to record the changes that has been made in the new file. So here I am adding some more data, say 400, and I am adding another one called 800, and here this one I am changing it to 150. So these are the changes which I am making, and this one I am deleting it. Okay, so here I have made a few changes in this, but I have forgotten to record the changes. So now what I want to do is I want to compare the data between my original, which is 1.ods, with the 2 one. So I am going to compare it. So for comparing it, now I will need to compare it with the original. So how do I do that? I click on edit and click on compare document. Now what do I want to compare it with? It will click the one dialog box called insert will open, and I will click on the original document which I want to compare it with. So I click on 1 and open it. Now it will show me all the comparisons which have been done. Now see here, a new row has been inserted. So then some changes, that is 100 has been made to 150, from 100 to 150. Yes, we made that change. Then there 3 new things have been inserted, that is 300 to empty, so it has been deleted, and empty to 400 and empty to 800. Yes, correct, empty it was and it has been made to 400, it was empty and it was made to 800. 300, there was 300 and it has been changed to empty. Yes, we made that change, and we also inserted 2 new rows here. These are the 2 new rows inserted, and we have changed D9 from 100 to 150. So these are the changes, and so a comparison has been done with the original file called 1, and these were the changes which have been detected by in the new file called 2.ads. Now if you click on accept all, then everything gets accepted. If you reject, then it will get rejected. So here we have got 2.ods. So comparing of documents means that you can compare in case you have forgotten to change the do some recording of the changes that has been done, you can still go ahead and compare your original document with the new ones, and whatever changes are there we have done, that can be accepted or rejected by you. So that is what is called as comparing of two documents, that is comparing the documents with the original document that has been created, or original calc worksheet which has been created.
So when we use edit compare documents option, the calc will find out the following changes. All the data which occurs in the edited worksheet but it is not there in the original one will be considered as new inserted data. All the data which is there in your original but which is not there in the edited one will be considered as deleted, and all the data that has been changed will be marked as a changed data. So this is the way it identifies ki wherever the original data is there, in the original one it is there but in the new one it is not there, that means it is considered as deleted. If it is there in the original but it is it is there in not there in the original but it is there in the new, then it is considered as new inserted. Whereas the data which is there in both the original and this thing and the new one but which has been changed, then that is considered as edited, as marked as changed. So this way it helps to compare two documents which are the same exact copy of each other, that is save as. When you save a document as save as and the same data gets changed, then that is called as comparing of the documents. So with this we come to the end of this particular session on sharing and reviewing of shared documents. Now practically when you go to look at it, all these options of reviewing, sharing, etc. is more used when we are in a networked environment where multiple people are using the same documents. But you may ask, why are we teaching you all this? This is all just preparing you for a situation when you later on in life need to work with in an office organization atmosphere where multiple people may be using your same file. So you can use all these options available to understand how to share your documents and to review the changes which are made by multiple people onto your same document. So this session may look very confusing and practically maybe looking impractical for you at this point of time, but later on you will understand the actual need of this in the calc environment when you actually officially start working in a particular place. So all these features whichever we have been learning in calc in OpenOffice calc session, that is unit 2 advanced, these are all basically advanced features of Excel or of OpenOffice which we generally do not use in our day-to-day life, but when you are working in a working environment, all these features which we learnt in session 1, 2 and 3, all of them come great use to the people who are working with Excel or calc. Okay, so in the next session we are going to learn the last session which is called as the recording of macros. I hope that you people are looking at the videos and understanding the videos and trying to do the exercises which have been taught to you session by session. So we stopped with this session today and we will continue the last session in the next video. Thank you.